I'm gonna be doing my book questions on YouTube today. So from the book, The Art of Giving a, it's basically, you know how people say, don't give up, but this one's saying that you should. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into the questions that are required by you, Dr. Miller, the professor. So question 1 was assumptions. What assumptions does the author of the text hold? So basically, I'm gonna kind of tie into two things on this one. That first, talk about children and how they are our clients. So the author assumes that the primary focus of education profession is being and well-being and education of children. This implies that all decisions and actions should be prioritized basically on the best interest of the students. And what's best for the kids is doing basically, even if it's not the most convenient option for adults, which we know sometimes we don't do that including ourselves as teachers, but everything in the approach should be a centered approach towards the student, right? Whatever it is that it has to be, that's the assumption that it's tied. And also, this is what I was gonna point out, is talking at teaching as God's work. Now, the author holds the assumption that teaching is a divine of spiritual calling significantly. They believe that educators have a special responsibility to care for, nurture the lives of children, and they are entrusted in them, and that teachers make an actual difference. And the author assumes that basically that teachers play a critical role in shaping the lives of their students, that they believe that teachers have the power to positively impact the students' lives. So that is where what assumptions the author holds. What do I agree with the text? I wholeheartedly agree that the teacher's role extends far beyond just the paycheck. Basically, instead, the primary mission should revolve around genuinely caring for the well-being of the children. This care should encompass basically a holistic approach, acknowledging the unique qualities and fostering the support and a learning environment. Effectively, teaching isn't solely about academic achievements. I do believe that it's about giving your all and your to basically you're equipped in for the world, whatever it is that they do, because not all students go to college, so you have to cut hair, but I do agree that you have to be there in the best interest for the students, because you're basically preparing them for life. You're helping them to shape successful and being compassionate citizens for the future. My argument with this particular text is I would like to argue against the notion of inherently God's work. Now, even though I might believe otherwise, it requires the struggles of a higher power for strengthening and wisdom. While personal beliefs in spirituality can be important for individuals, it's crucial to recognize that teaching profession is diverse and includes various faiths. It has belief systems of the words. I mean, some are Buddhist, some but don't believe in God at all. Doesn't make them a bad person. Teaching is a noble profession that can be motivated by many factors, including commitment of, as long as you're dedicated. But I do agree that the author did say that it was God's work, but not all people believe in God. Even though not all people do believe in God. While they might, like I said, they have a different belief system, but it doesn't make them a bad person. Though that was basically my argument with the text. What part of the text do I want to espouse? Well, in our educational journey, it's crucial to remember that our students are more than just recipients of knowledge. They are unique individuals with their own stories. They have emotions. It's our responsibility as educators to basically connect with them and build that rapport and that relationship so that they can be successful and basically be there for them. And to me, I feel that just building a connection with them and having that they can be open to me and have and be able to just feel open with me so that they can communicate, because that's how they're going to want to be able to be successful, whether it's education or work wise. And I noticed that you also have that with us, like that open door policy system if we ever need it. So that's something that I want to always create, was not just academics, like you always said. It's not always academics. You say, well, how are you doing, how do you feel, like a nurturing, well-rounded, because and then that's also what pushes us forward, and remember our why of why we're here. So that is something that I always want to aspire and kind of act upon throughout the text. Thank you.